never considered myself a hacker or anything close to it. I was just a 23-year-old IT student in Kyiv who got curious about the stories I'd read online. The dark web. Everyone talked about it like some forbidden digital underworld. And in March 2024, I finally decided to see it for myself. I downloaded Tor, configured everything properly, and started browsing. Most of it was disappointingly mundane. Outdated forums, broken links, obvious scams. I was about to call it a night when I found a forum called the Archive of Souls. The name was pretentious, but the interface was surprisingly clean. No registration required. Just enter. The first thread I clicked was titled, "Tell us something nobody knows." Hundreds of replies. People confessing secrets, fears, embarrassing moments. Standard internet confessional stuff. I scrolled through, half amused, until I saw a post that made my blood run cold. Dmitry from Kyiv thinks nobody knows he cheated on his university entrance exam in 2019. But we know Dmitry. We always know. My name is Dmitry. I did cheat on that exam. I'd never told anyone. Not my parents, not my girlfriend, not my best friend. I felt my chest tighten as I scrolled down. More posts, more names, more secrets. Some were vague enough to apply to anyone, but others. Anna from Lviv still dreams about the dog she accidentally killed when she was 12. Maxim from Odessa's father isn't really his father, and his mother knows he found the DNA test. Each post had exact details, locations, years, names. I told myself it was coincidence, data mining, lucky guesses. Then I saw another post about me. Dmitry is reading this right now. He's in his apartment on Saksahanskoho Street. He's wearing the gray hoodie his girlfriend bought him. He's scared. I was wearing that hoodie. I slammed my laptop shut so hard I heard something crack. My heart was pounding. I looked around my small studio apartment. Curtains drawn, door locked. I lived on the 5th floor. Nobody could see in. I should have stopped there, left it alone. But 3 days later, I went back. The forum was still there. The thread was still there. And there were new posts about me. Dmitry came back. We knew he would. Curiosity is stronger than fear, isn't it, Dmitry? Below that, someone had posted my daily routine. What time I left for university, where I bought my coffee, the route I took home, the girl I'd been texting but hadn't told my girlfriend about. Everything. I tried to reply, to ask who they were, but the post button did nothing. I was allowed to read, not participate. I spent hours trying to trace the forum, find its servers, identify its users. Nothing. Every digital trail led nowhere. That's when my webcam light turned on. I wasn't running any applications. I checked my task manager. Nothing unusual. But that little green light stayed on, watching me. I covered it with tape, unplugged my webcam, disconnected my internet. It didn't matter. The next morning, there was a new post on the forum. Dmitry thinks tape will save him. How sweet. I stopped going online. I covered every camera in my apartment. I changed my routine completely. For 2 weeks, nothing happened. I started to breathe again. Then my girlfriend called me, crying. Someone had sent her screenshots of my conversations with the other girl. Not just recent ones, everything. Things I'd deleted months ago. The messages came from my own email address. I lost her that day, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part came when I received a package at my door. No return address. Inside was a USB drive and a printed note. You've been archived. Welcome to immortality. I haven't plugged in that USB drive. It's been sitting in my drawer for 8 months now. Sometimes, late at night, I hear my laptop turn on by itself in the other room, even though I keep it powered off. I hear the fan whirring, the hard drive clicking, and I know they're still watching. I know they're still adding to my file. I know that somewhere in the dark corners of the internet, there's a thread with my name on it, and it's getting longer every single day. I moved apartments, changed my phone number, deleted all my social media. It doesn't matter. Last week, I received an email from an address that doesn't exist. New apartment looks nice, Dmitry. We love what you've done with the place. They're always there, always watching, always archiving. And the worst part, I still don't know who they are. My name is Alex, and I used to think I'd seen everything the internet had to offer. I was wrong. It started as a joke in my Discord server. Someone posted a .onion link with a message, "Bet you won't watch this." I was 26, worked from home as a freelance designer in Kyiv, and honestly, I was bored. It was 2 a.m. in April 2024, and I had nothing better to do. The link led to a live stream. The page was black with a single embedded video player. No chat, no viewer count, no title, just a stream of what looked like someone's living room, shot from a high angle, like a security camera. The room was ordinary, beige couch, coffee table, TV on the wall showing static, a digital clock reading 02.17. Everything was still, quiet. I was about to close it when I noticed something odd. The clock on the stream matched my actual time, exactly. I watched for maybe 10 minutes. Nothing happened. I tapped away, worked on some designs, checked back occasionally. Still nothing. Just an empty room, with that clock ticking away, perfectly synced to reality. Then, at 02:34, someone walked into frame. It was a woman in her 30s, wearing pajamas, holding a cup of tea. She sat on the couch, picked up a book, and started reading. Completely normal. She looked tired, probably couldn't sleep. I felt a bit creepy watching, but I was curious now. Why would someone stream this? Was it art? A social experiment? At 02:41, she looked up, directly at the camera. Her expression changed from calm to confused. She stood up, walked closer to the camera, squinting. Then her face went pale. She started looking around the room frantically, checking corners, behind furniture. She was searching for the camera. She couldn't find it. I watched her grab her phone, dial someone, speak frantically in a language I didn't understand. She kept pointing at different spots in the room, still searching. After 5 minutes, she ran out of frame. The room was empty again. I should have closed it. Instead, I kept watching. At 03:02, 2 police officers entered the room. They searched methodically, checking everything. One of them stood right where the woman had stood, looking up, looking around. He couldn't find anything either. They spent 20 minutes there, then left. The woman returned at 03:28 with what looked like her husband. They talked, argued maybe. He looked skeptical. She kept pointing at the room, at the ceiling, obviously trying to explain. Eventually, they both left. The room stayed empty until 04:15. That's when I noticed something in the chat box I hadn't seen before. There was no chat earlier, I was sure of it. But now, there was a single message. She can't find it. Can you, Alex? My real name. I felt ice in my stomach. I tried to close the browser. It froze. I tried to shut down my computer. Nothing responded. The stream kept playing. And then another message appeared. 147 Heroiv Kharkiv Street, apartment 23. That's you, isn't it? That was my address. Exactly. I physically powered off my computer by holding the button. Sat in darkness, heart hammering. I checked every corner of my apartment, every smoke detector, every electronic device. Nothing. Just like the woman in the stream. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I tried to find the link again. It was gone from my Discord server. The person who posted it said they never posted any link. I checked my browser history. Nothing. It was like it never existed. But 3 days later, I received a message on Telegram from an unknown number. No text, just a video file. I knew I shouldn't open it. I opened it anyway. It was footage of me, in my apartment, from the past 3 days. Every moment, me working, eating, sleeping, even in the bathroom. All from high angles, exactly like that original stream. Someone had been watching me the entire time. The video was 73 hours long. At the end, there was a title card. Stream ends when subject finds camera. Good luck, Alex. I tore my apartment apart. Checked every device, every corner, every possible hiding spot. I found nothing. I hired a professional to sweep for hidden cameras. Nothing. I moved out 2 weeks later, but last month I received another Telegram message, another video, my new apartment, same high angle, same continuous footage. The message that came with it: "You can't run from the stream, Alex. You're our most popular show. 1,147 viewers right now. I don't know who's watching. I don't know where the cameras are. I've moved 3 times. It doesn't matter. Somewhere on the dark web, there's a live stream of my life playing 24/7, and I can't turn it off. Sometimes I stand in the middle of my room and scream at the ceiling. What do you want from me? I never get an answer, but the view count keeps going up." I'm writing this as a warning. My name is Kateryna. I'm 28, and I no longer exist. Not legally, not digitally, not in any way that matters. It started in June 2024. I was working as a marketing manager in Lviv, doing well, had a good life. One evening, my best friend Olha sent me a link. "Is this you? When did you start modeling?" The link was to an Instagram account, professional photos, beautiful shots, and my face in every single one. Except it wasn't me. The photos showed me in places I'd never been. Paris, Tokyo, Dubai, wearing clothes I'd never owned, with people I'd never met. The captions talked about a life that wasn't mine. A successful model traveling the world, sponsored by luxury brands. The account had 45,000 followers. I reported it immediately. Instagram said they'd investigate. Meanwhile, more accounts appeared. TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, all with my face, all with fabricated lives. Some were aspirational, the model, a successful entrepreneur. Others were darker, escort services, adult content sites. My face was everywhere, doing things I'd never done. I realized someone had used AI to generate these deepfakes. They'd taken my photos from social media and created an entire digital empire with my face. I deleted all my accounts, went to the police. They were sympathetic, but said it was difficult to prosecute, especially if the creators were international. Then things got worse. My boss called me into his office. Someone had sent the company anonymous emails with evidence of me working as an escort. The photos looked real. My face, identifiable locations in Lviv, timestamps. I tried to explain about the deepfakes. but I could see the doubt in his eyes. I was let go pending investigation. My boyfriend left me 3 days later. Someone had sent him videos. Not just photos, videos of me with other men. The technology was perfect. Every expression, every movement. It looked exactly like me. I tried to fight back. I contacted AI experts, lawyers, journalists. Everyone said the same thing. Once this content exists, it's almost impossible to remove completely. It spreads, multiplies, evolves. Then my identity was stolen. Someone opened credit cards in my name, took out loans, made purchases. When I went to the bank, they showed me the security footage. It was me. Not just my face on someone else's body. Everything matched. Height, build, mannerisms. The AI had evolved beyond simple face swapping. The police couldn't help. The footage clearly shows you, they said. Are you claiming you have a twin who's using your identity? That was exactly what I was claiming. Except this twin was made of algorithms and malicious intent. In August, the breaking point came. I was arrested for fraud. The evidence against me was overwhelming. Videos of me using stolen credit cards, photos of me at ATMs withdrawing money, even audio recordings of my voice making fraudulent calls to banks. My lawyer advised me to plead guilty. The evidence is insurmountable, he said. The videos are forensically authentic. Fighting this will bankrupt you. I spent 2 weeks in jail before my family pooled money for bail. That's when I discovered the truth. There was a marketplace on the dark web selling identity packages, complete digital recreations of real people. For $5,000, you could buy someone's face, voice, mannerisms, social media history, and a toolkit to create unlimited content. My package was one of the best sellers. The description read, Eastern European female, 28, professional background, clean record, perfect for financial fraud or adult content creation. Premium AI model, undetectable deepfakes, complete documentation included. They turned me into a product. I've lost everything. My job, my relationship, my savings on legal fees. My criminal record makes me unemployable. My face appears on dozens of sites I've never visited, doing things I've never done. Last week, my mother called me crying. Someone had sent her a video of me in adult content. She asked me why I'd do this to the family. I couldn't explain anymore. I was too tired. I changed my appearance, cut my hair, changed its color, started wearing glasses. I'm living with my grandmother in a small village, working odd jobs for cash, staying offline. But yesterday, I saw a new account. My new look, my current appearance, already being used. They've updated the AI model. I am a ghost haunting my own life, watching someone who looks exactly like me live 1,000 different existences across the digital world, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. If you're reading this, protect your digital footprint. Once they have enough data, they can create you. And once they create you, the real you becomes obsolete. I don't exist anymore. But somewhere in the dark web, 1,000 versions of me do. My name is Sergey. I'm 31 years old. I live in Dnipro, and 3 months ago, someone from the dark web came to visit me. I thought I was careful. I thought I understood operational security. I'd been browsing the dark web for years, mostly out of curiosity, sometimes buying things I shouldn't have, nothing serious. I used VPNs, Tor, encrypted everything. I never used my real information. I was wrong about being careful. It was late July 2024. I was on a forum discussing cryptocurrency, completely innocent stuff, when I received a private message from a user called Finder. The message was simple: "I know where you are." I laughed it off. Empty threat. People say this stuff online all the time. I ignored it. The next message came 3 hours later. Apartment 17, Building 9, Naberezhna Street, 3rd floor. The balcony door doesn't lock properly. My blood went cold. That was my address, and the balcony door. I'd been meaning to fix that lock for months. I checked my security, set up. Everything was still active. VPNs running, no leaks I could detect. I changed everything anyway. New VPNs, new Tor circuit, new encryption keys. I told myself it was a lucky guess. Maybe they'd hacked some delivery service database. Then came the third message. "You changed your VPN to NordVPN, server in Switzerland. Smart. Won't help." They were watching in real time. I unplugged everything, physically disconnected from the internet, sat in my dark apartment, sweating despite the cold. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, there was a package outside my door. No return address, no postage marks. Someone had hand-delivered it. Inside was a photo of me, taken yesterday. I was sitting at my desk, looking at my computer. The photo was taken from behind me, through my window. You could see exactly what was on my screen. The dark web forum, my messages with Finder. There was a note: "We should meet tonight, 11 p.m. You know where." I didn't know where. But at 10:55 p.m., my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number with GPS coordinates. It was a location 10 minutes from my apartment. An abandoned warehouse district. I called the police. They said they'd send someone to check it out, but advised me to stay home. I locked my doors, turned on all the lights, and waited. At 11:17 p.m., someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. A man in his 40s, wearing a business suit, holding a briefcase. He looked normal, completely ordinary. He smiled at the peephole. "Hello, Sergey. I'm Finder. We had an appointment, but you didn't show, so I came to you." I didn't open the door. "I've called the police," I said. "No, you haven't," he replied calmly. "You called them 22 minutes ago. They said they'd send someone. They're not coming. We made sure of that." He held up his phone, showing me a screenshot of police dispatch systems. The call I'd made was marked as prank call, no action needed. "I'm going to leave my business card by your door," he continued. "You're going to want to work with us, Sergey. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to offer you a job. I don't want anything from you." I shouted through the door. "You already have something from us," he said. "In 2022, you bought prescription medications without a prescription. In 2023, you purchased forged documents. Last month, you accessed classified corporate data you sold to a competitor. We have records of everything." My stomach dropped. All of that was true. "We're not blackmailing you," he continued. "We're recruiting you. You have skills we need. We're willing to pay very well. But if you refuse..." He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. I heard him walk away. When I finally opened the door, there was a business card on the floor. Cream-colored, expensive paper. No name, no company. Just a phone number and a single word: Finder. On the back, handwritten, "You have 48 hours to decide. We'll be watching." I burned the card. Didn't call. Didn't respond. 48 hours passed. On the third day, I lost my job. Budget cuts, they said. But I saw the HR file on my boss's desk. Allegations of corporate espionage with my name on them. My bank accounts were frozen. Suspicious activity, they said. The investigation would take months. My landlord received an anonymous tip about illegal activities in my apartment. Eviction notice. Everything I'd built, gone in 72 hours. That evening, I received another message. Still time to reconsider. We take care of our people. We destroy those who refuse us. Your choice. I made the call. The man who answered didn't identify himself. He gave me instructions, an address, a time. Come alone. Bring your laptop. I went. The building was nondescript, could have been any office. Inside, it looked like a tech startup. Modern furniture, computers everywhere, young people working. Completely normal. Except everyone who worked there had the same story. They'd all been found. They'd all been given the choice. They'd all chosen survival. I've been working for them for 3 months now. I don't know their real names. I don't know who runs this operation. I do data analysis, penetration testing, finding vulnerabilities in corporate systems. The pay is excellent. Everything in cryptocurrency untraceable. My life returned to normal. The job accusations disappeared. My accounts were unfrozen. New apartment, better than before. But I know the truth. I'm not employed. I'm owned. Last week, they asked me to find someone like me. Someone who thinks they're anonymous, thinks they're safe. They gave me tools, methods, databases I didn't know existed. It took me 4 hours to find him. Name, address, everything. I sent the first message yesterday. I know where you are. And the cycle continues. If you're reading this and you think you're anonymous online, you're not. Someone, somewhere, can find you. And maybe like me, they already have. Maybe they're just waiting for the right moment to knock on your door. My name is Mikola. I'm 25 years old. I used to think red rooms were an internet myth. I was wrong. This is my confession, my warning, and possibly my suicide note. I was studying journalism in Kyiv, working on an investigative piece about dark web myths versus reality. My thesis was that most horror stories were exaggerated, that red rooms, live streams where viewers paid to watch people being tortured and killed, were just urban legends designed to scare people. I was going to prove it. In September 2024, I spent weeks searching. Every forum, every whisper network, every dark corner of the internet. I found nothing concrete. Plenty of scams, staged videos, fake links designed to steal cryptocurrency. But nothing real. Then I met someone in a forum who claimed to be a former viewer. His username was Witness K. He said he'd watched a red room once, 3 years ago, and it had destroyed his life. He refused to talk about details publicly, but agreed to a private chat. Over encrypted messages, he told me his story. He'd paid 0.5 Bitcoin, about $15,000 at the time, to access a single stream. He'd lasted 7 minutes before he disconnected. He'd gone to the police, but they couldn't trace anything. He'd been in therapy ever since. "Don't look for this," he wrote. "You think you want proof, but some proofs change you forever. Some truths aren't meant to be known." I should have listened. I convinced him to give me the contact information he'd used, a Telegram account that was probably dead by now. I reached out anyway, not expecting a response. 3 days later, I got one. "Journalist? Interesting. You want proof? We can provide proof. Price: 1 Bitcoin, one-time access, no refunds, no recordings, no screenshots. Break these rules and you become the subject. The message included a Bitcoin wallet address. I didn't have 1 Bitcoin. At the time, that was about $30,000. But I was obsessed. I crowdfunded under false pretenses, borrowed money, liquidated everything I had. It took 2 weeks, but I got the Bitcoin. I sent it. The response came immediately. I bought onion link and a time, 2 a.m., October the 15th, 2024. Be alone. Tell no one. We're always watching. I should have stopped. I didn't. At 1:55 a.m. on October 15th, I was alone in my apartment. I told my girlfriend I was visiting my parents. I told my parents I was working late at the university. Nobody knew where I really was. At 2 a.m., I clicked the link. The page loaded black. Then a stream appeared. Low quality at first, then sharpening. A concrete room, chains hanging from the ceiling, a metal chair in the center with restraints, a drain in the floor, and a person. I can't describe them in detail. I won't. They were alive, terrified, restrained to that chair. There was a countdown timer at the top of the screen, 59:47, and a chat box to the side. The chat was active. About 30 users, all anonymous. They were bidding, not with money. The entry fee was already paid. They were bidding with suggestions. Start with fingers. Remove teeth first. Make it last. I felt sick. This was real. This wasn't a movie. Wasn't staged. The person's terror was authentic. The room was real. This was happening right now, somewhere in the world. A figure entered the frame. Black clothing, face completely covered. They stood beside the chair, waiting. The countdown hit 57th toe. The figure held up a sign. Chat decides. Highest votes win. 30 seconds. The chat exploded with suggestions, each one more horrific than the last. I watched the votes tally up next to each suggestion. These people were voting on how to torture another human being. I tried to close the browser. It wouldn't close. I tried to shut down my computer. It wouldn't respond. I was forced to watch as the voting ended and the figure began to follow the winning suggestion. I won't describe what happened next. I can't. Even writing this months later, I can't find words for what I saw. It lasted 57 minutes. The person didn't die quickly. They made sure of that. The chat cheered, voted on next steps, made jokes. At minute 40, I vomited on my desk. At minute 50, I was crying, begging at my screen for it to stop. At minute 57, it ended. The stream cut to black. A message appeared. Thank you for attending. Proof obtained. Exit now. The browser closed itself. My computer returned to normal. I sat in shock for hours. When dawn came, I tried to convince myself it was elaborate CGI, a hoax. But I knew, deep in my bones, I knew it was real. I went to the police the next day. I told them everything, gave them every detail I could remember except the worst parts. They investigated. The .onion link was gone, the Telegram account deleted, the Bitcoin wallet emptied and scrambled through 100 mixers, untraceable. There was no evidence, just my testimony. The detective was kind but clear. Without evidence, we can't act. These operations are international, professional, designed to be untraceable. I'm sorry. I dropped out of university, stopped working on my thesis, stopped sleeping properly. Then 2 weeks ago, I received a message. Telegram, unknown sender. Just a photo. It was me, in my apartment, sitting at my desk. The timestamp showed it was taken during the stream. They'd photographed me watching. The message below, welcome to the Red Room archive. You are now subject 1847. If you speak about this again, you become subject 148. We're always watching. Since then, I've received 3 more photos. Me at the grocery store, me visiting my parents, me with my girlfriend. They're always watching. I'm writing this because I don't care anymore. Maybe going public is suicide. Maybe they'll come for me. Maybe I'll disappear and become the next person in that chair. But people need to know, red rooms are real. They exist. There are people out there paying to watch torture, paying to vote on murder. And they're organized, professional, and completely untraceable. If you're reading this and I've disappeared, you'll know why. If you're reading this and you think about looking for proof like I did, don't. Some truths destroy you. Some proofs cost more than money. They cost your humanity. And once you've seen what I've seen, you can never unsee it. It lives in your head forever. Every time you close your eyes, every time you're alone in the dark, you see that room, that chair, that person. And you remember that somewhere, right now, it's happening again. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.